It's a controversial question, what to do with embryos left over from in vitro fertilization. The Fox 12 investigators have learned some are being adopted. KPTV's Nicole Dahl introduces us to a local woman who adopted a baby she also gave birth to.
Ashley, hi.
10-month-old Ashley is a giggling, curious baby. Her mom calls her a miracle, a child she carried in her womb who isn't genetically related to her or her husband. After discovering they couldn't have their own biological children, Samantha and Jordan Fife used traditional, costly adoptions for their two older girls.
No.
Not right now?
No.
When the Brush Prairie, Washington couple decided they wanted a third child, Samantha Googled adoption and stumbled onto an unusual option.
And I clicked on this thing that said embryo adoption, and I was like, well, what is that? And as long as you could carry a pregnancy, you had this option of giving birth to an adopted child.
As more and more families opt for in vitro fertilization, there's a surplus of hundreds of thousands of leftover frozen embryos. They're either stored, destroyed, used for medical research, or now a growing trend, donated to adoptive families. Samantha's search took her to an embryo matching website and to the profile of an Arizona couple, Vince and Dana Davis, who'd used in vitro to build their family.
We've got the dilemma. We've got 5 embryos left, and what can you do?
The Davises decided on embryo adoption. They were choosy, looking for a like-minded Mormon family.
There was Samantha, and she said, you know, we're looking for embryos, and I clicked on her website, and this amazing feeling just came over me.
And I think she called me 2 or 3 days later in the morning, and we just were best friends instantly.
The families drew up a legal contract. Considered a transfer of human tissue, no money was exchanged. The 5 frozen embryos were released to the Fifes and shipped to a Washington fertility clinic. 2 were implanted, 1 took. Samantha was pregnant, and a little girl, stored as a frozen embryo in liquid nitrogen for 4 years, was born 9 months later.
And I just held this tiny little 5.5-pound, beautiful, perfect peanut that I had grown somehow, and it was surreal is the best word I can think of.
Some embryo donations are anonymous. Others, like the Fifes, are open. The Davises say they wanted to give their unused, healthy embryos a chance at life.
I'm not quite sure what the future will entail of our relationship with each other, but I have every confidence of knowing that this little girl went to an amazing family, and just so happy with our decision.
Give me this.
While some may view adopting embryos as controversial, the Fifes call it a gift and also a less expensive option.
So I think that this is a really good option for a lot of people. And if you want to experience pregnancy, it's a great option.
The Fifes still have 3 frozen embryos left and are hoping to add at least 1 more to their unorthodox family.
Samantha has now started her own embryo matching website where people seeking to adopt embryos can find people looking to donate. She's already seen a couple babies born thanks to the connections made on her site. If you want more information, go to our website, kptv.com.